Today we're going to show you how to turn your boring door trim into a beautiful Craftsman style work of art. Let's get started. For this project, we're not using actual door trim per se. We're actually using primed finger jointed pine. And if you're not familiar with it, they take shorter pieces and finger joint them together to make longer pieces. In addition to it being primed already and eliminating one step, it's also more stable and it tends to warp and twist less. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't warp or twist at all, so be sure and filter through the material that you purchase to get the straightest boards. For the size of the door, we're using 1x3s. You can actually purchase these in 1x3 dimensions, but I find that it's cheaper to purchase 1x6s and then rip them in half. However, since this material is primed, you can't see the grain very well to determine how much stress the board is under, and when ripping them in half, there is a possibility that it could bow. So, if you prefer a simpler way, just buy 1x3s. It's just going to be a little more expensive. Next, we'll get the measurements for the side pieces. In our case, they tended to all rest around 81 inches. However, if your floor is uneven, you may find that one side may be slightly shorter than the other in order for the top piece to stay level. Also keep in mind that you may find that the door jamb itself wasn't installed level, and then you'll have to decide whether you want to completely re-level the jamb, make it square with the door, or make it level. We've done a large number of the doors in our house so far, and we typically go with what looks right to the eye if we have this problem. After cutting the sides to length, we bring them in and mock everything up. I usually put one nail in the top on one side and then hold the other side in place. Then I put a 4-foot level across the top to determine how level it's going to be and how accurate it is with the top of the door jamb. Once I'm satisfied with it, I verify that the side pieces are vertically level, and I just use an 18-gauge finish nailer to shoot it in place. Pay attention when you do this though, and notice that there's a gap between the jamb and the stud wall. You don't want to shoot a bunch of nails in that gap and then hit nothing. I typically like to land the nails in both edges, and this lands them in the studs and the edge of the jamb for the best strength. Quick side note too is that your door jambs may not have much in the way of shims, which will in turn cause it to flex. Be sure you have your jamb nice and square as well when you're doing this. Once your sides are out of the way, it's time to add the header piece. The header we built is super simple. It's composed of a 1x6 and two 1x2s. As with the sides, you can purchase the 1x2s cut to size or rip 1x4s in half. We chose to rip 1x4s. The idea is you're going to sandwich a 1x6 between two 1x2s on edge. The 1x2s will be exactly an inch longer than the 1x6, with the length of the 1x6 being determined by the outside to outside distance of that vertical trim. In our case, that distance was 36 inches, so we made the 1x6 36 inches and the 1x2s were 37. Then we glue the header up. We just use a 1/2-inch piece of MDF scrap as a spacer, and that's how far we overhang the 1x2 on each end. After that, we shoot it together with a pin nailer, and that's it. When we install the header piece, we bring our little MDF spacer inside with us, lay it along the edge of the vertical trim, and bring the edge of the 1x2 out even with it. This makes it all perfect when you're done. There's no tape measure required. For the header piece, I prefer to shoot it in with a 15-gauge nailer. It's probably not necessary, but we have two boys and it's only a matter of time before I'm sure they're hanging off of it or who knows what else. As far as nail placement, our doors have a solid header in the wall, so we just kind of fire away. And that's pretty much it. You're done. Go back, fill the nail holes, paint it, step back, and just admire your handiwork. If you got any questions, let us know in the comments down below or reach out to us on Instagram. We'd be glad to help.